Hello, everybody. I'm Megan Graham, and today I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about what I do with Lifewave. So, some of you may know, and some of you may not know, but I have quite a few different online businesses. And one of the things that I do is I help people with these phototherapy patches. And I was just helping a few folks today, and I just thought I would come on a little bit and talk about exactly. By the way, my hair looks so messy. Sorry, everybody. It was a busy day. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what I actually do for my clients. And I just had the most lovely new client. So I just wanted to talk about it a bit. First of all, if you have seen any of the Lifewave products and you've looked at their website, their actual products are great, and I think they're way ahead of their time, but the website leaves so much to be desired. And if you go on there, it's so confusing because honestly, I don't think anybody has any idea of how to order, what the patches do, how to get the best pricing. And so I do a lot of different things. One of the things that I do is I obviously help people pick out what they need, but I also help them to filter out what the heck is going on with the Lifewave website, because let me tell you, it's a lot when you get on there. And I have had many smart customers that could not figure out how to order. So if you're having trouble ordering and figuring it out, you are not alone, and it's not you. It is the website. I'm just going to tell you, it's the website, it's not you. So this week I got a really nice email from a lovely lady. I won't say her name because I want to obviously, I can tell this story without saying who it is, but she contacted me. She let me know that she wanted to sign up as a brand partner with me. And basically a brand partner is a wholesaler. It's someone that gets distributor pricing. And she let me know that she did not want to sell the product, which is wonderful. You don't have to sell it, but that she did want to sign up and get better pricing and just be able to order once in a while instead of basically ordering all the time and paying shipping fees every single month. So we, first of all, I gave her my cell number, found a good time to talk, and we got on the phone because the phone is the easiest way to connect with people. And I think people are afraid to talk on the phone because people are used to having somebody be pushy and to sell to them and try to push products and kind of use, I don't know how to say it. There's definitely a lot of sales tactics. It's fine if people are using those, but I just believe in showing up and talking to someone, asking what they need, learning about them, recommending, and just letting them know what I think and not putting an ounce of pressure on them. It's just how I do it. So we got on the phone and I knew that she wanted to sign up, but I was like, hey, before I sign you up, I know that's what you're looking to do. Can I just ask you a few questions about, like, first of all, why are you using the patches? How long have you been using the patches? So she had already been using them for 3 months, and she was so nice. So I got a little bit of history, and she was hoping to have some benefits. Her memory hasn't been working as well as she would like it to be. Her cognition hasn't been as great as she'd like it to be. She's also working on sleep. She'd like more energy. There were a few different things that she would like to see that were different. Obviously, we can never promise that something is going to happen. So the patch that usually I recommend people wear is the Lifewave X39. And we really cannot promise that this is going to do what someone wants it to do. I can take in what someone says and I can recommend, quite honestly, what I think is going to be most likely to make a difference. Hi, buddy. I know he's hungry. He's very big and he's very hungry. It's okay, buddy. So I can recommend what I think will make a difference, but I really can't ever guarantee that anyone is going to see a change. It's just how the product is and what we're able to claim that it will and will not do. So the first thing that we talked about was that she had been wearing the patches, she had been wearing the patches for 3 months and she had not noticed a difference. And I went through the usual things, asking how her sleep was, asking if she had any more motivation, any more stamina. And honestly, it did not seem like things were changing. And for me, I think if you're not feeling some changes with the X39, then I'm usually going to change a few things. And so one of the things that we talked about was actually to add this supplement. This is the supplement that Lifewave made. I think it's got about 14 different things in it, and it absolutely helps the X39 patches to perform better. And it's the first thing that I reach for. If somebody's using the patches and they're not seeing what they're hoping to see, this is not a product that you should be using for 3 months and feeling absolutely no changes. It works. I would say LifeWave patches make a difference for, I believe it's 96% of people. But if it's not working for you by 3 months, usually you're going to want to do something different. So in her case, I recommended the supplement. And I also told her how I use it, which I didn't start full force with the full, like this is supposed to be a month's supply. I usually, when I'm starting someone out, excuse me, because I just got a little deposit of cat hair when the cat walked by me. But usually I start people out on this and I have them stretch this usually for about 4 months when they first start this. So that's just how I do it. I have my own special way. So we talked about that. And on top of it, I changed around the patches that she was using. So I recommended the X39. She's also using the Eon patch, which is to support a balanced nervous system and also to support healthy levels of inflammation. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have her alternate that patch with carnosine to give her some brain support. So we added this patch in, and basically at that point we had what she needed. We had talked about it, and I gave her a couple other recommendations for things that would be really helpful outside of the patches too. Not giving her medical advice, but just giving her ideas for things to research that in my time, just really with functional medicine and researching biohacking, things that she might want to try, that she might just want to look at. So we had an amazing conversation, and it was much longer than I anticipated. So I thought we'd be talking for about 20 minutes. And honestly, we were on the phone for an hour. First, we just went over what would work for her, timing, all of that. And then I signed her up for her package. And if you're looking to sign up for Lifewave, I'm just going to tell you the website it's a doozy, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to, it's a huge impediment for my business because the website is not like Amazon where it's so easy to shop. It's not, you just go here and it's so obvious which prices are right. Very confusing. And so I walked her through it, and I actually took her order, signed her up as a brand partner, asked her every single one of the questions. We did everything together, and we got her brand partner package ordered. We also got her Sellergize ordered, and that was it. So that was what I did for her. And I will just say, I had a lot going on today and a lot of things I wanted to take care of. And I know that when I get on the phone, it's usually, it might be half an hour. Sometimes I can do it in 20 minutes. It just depends. But usually it's getting to know someone, finding out what's right for them, maybe explaining a few things about usage. And then if I'm going to sign someone up, it's also signing them up or setting up. If they don't want to sign up, that's fine too. She already knew that she wanted to. For some cases, I just talk to someone, I answer their questions, we get off the phone, and then if they decide they want to sign up, they just contact me later and we hop on the phone again when we both are able to and when we both have time. So before I got on the phone, I remember I was sort of thinking like, oh man, I have so much to do today, and we hadn't connected as early as I was hoping to. And I just stopped for a second, and it sounds really funny, but sometimes before I have a phone call, I just pray for a few minutes so I can center myself and remember why I do what I do. And my main goal when I get on the phone, if I tell somebody about a product or if I talk to them in person, is just always to be of the most help and to tell them everything that I know in an honest, non-pressuring way. And I just decided, okay, I know I'm busy, but if I get on the phone, I know I can be of help. And we got on the phone and we had such a beautiful phone call, getting to know each other. And at the end of the phone call, she said, I had no idea that anybody would be this helpful. This is above and beyond what I expected. And she was just so pleased. And so anyway, I just really wanted to talk about that. It was something that just made me so happy. It is why I do. I don't only work with Lifewave. I also work with people and I set them up with hair care systems. It's especially helpful for people that are experiencing thinning. Their hair is breaking. They don't have the beautiful hair that they used to have. I really enjoy helping people with that. And I enjoy the fact that it is low tox because that is so important to me. And it was just a reminder of why I enjoy my job, which part of my job is online. Online is where I provide a lot of my content, which I share things that have made a huge difference for me that I would recommend from the bottom of my heart, if it's for the right person. And I am so lucky that I get to meet so many different people and help them with what they do. And I just have to say that she was such a nice lady. She was very sharp. She was very with it. And 1,000%, she could not have figured out this order without my help. And it wouldn't have been the order that she needed. And it wouldn't have been the order that can make her thrive in the future. That's exactly what she needs, but with nothing more. So it made me feel very happy inside and very satisfied, and it was just a great experience. And then I sent her some additional resources after. And the second client that I helped today was actually a client that had signed up without talking to me for Lifewave. And I looked at my back office, which is my dashboard for my Lifewave business. And I saw that this person had signed up. I saw that they had enrolled as a brand partner, just paid the $25 fee, but not purchased anything. And they had 2 accounts going. And I looked and I thought, I think this person might be confused. So I contacted them and they wound up writing me. I think they're from the UK. So they wrote me on WhatsApp and we were writing back and forth today. And I was just explaining to them how they could actually order, because they thought they had ordered, but they had just basically paid the enrollment fee, which doesn't give you any product. So they were waiting for their product, which was never going to come. So if you're looking for Lifewave, if you haven't tried Lifewave, and if you're looking to if you're looking for better sleep, prettier skin, to increase your energy, if you've tried a lot of things and things aren't working, I would love to help you with Lifewave. I have my email address is in this description. So if you look in the description, my email address is there. And there's also a little quiz. As far as the quiz goes, it's a great starting point for me. It gives me an idea of what people are already doing and of what they might need. I'm probably still going to ask you, just so you heads up, sorry, a few more questions if you fill out the quiz, because I want to make sure that if I do sell someone a product, it's the right thing for them so that they're not wasting their money or their time and getting the wrong thing. So if you're looking for Lifewave, feel free to contact me. If you've already bought Lifewave, then you would want to go to the person that you've already purchased through, because they are your contact person and they're your kind of concierge. And interestingly enough, the kind woman that signed up with me today actually had signed up with someone, but they were not giving her much or any really support for the patches, what she should be using, how she could be getting better prices, and so on and so forth. So just kind of wanted to explain a little bit of that. And also for people, I know that some people have asked me how I am able to make a living online. And what I would say is it's a lot of different ways. So there's a few different things. One, I get contacted by at least 100 different companies a month that ask me to try their products, review their products, talk about their products. I don't do that. There's never been a company that I actually took up on that. And I always say my name and my reputation are not for rent. So I think that there's a lot of that going on. And I know that brand deals pay well. I have been offered a lot of money to do brand deals. It's just how my personality is. The only stuff that I'm ever going to come on and talk about is stuff that I use and love. Now, if a company that I did use and love wanted to pay me to talk about it, maybe, but I still feel that, like, for instance, one of the things that I like about Lifewave is that I get to do it on my own terms. Now, can I say everything that I actually know that the patches do? I can't, because there's a certain amount of compliance where they do much more than I can say. And because of YouTube and because of compliance, I can't make claims about the product, especially online. So that's a little bit frustrating sometimes, because you have to be really, really creative. And I know certain people will talk about the fact that they enhance certain parts of your body, but I feel like I would be the first one to get dinged by compliance. So I have to be a little bit vague when I'm talking about it. But so that is one way that I make my income. And if anybody's curious, and this isn't typical for everybody, but I for the most part, just sign people up as consumers. So I help people pick out their products, almost like a personal shopper, but with ongoing support, which I don't know if you get from personal shoppers. I've honestly never had one. I help people pick out their products. They have access to me to ask questions. I'm not checking in on people all the time. I help those that come to me. So I have over 1,000 clients, which means I'm not, first of all, I don't know that everybody wants to be reached out to. I invite people into a Facebook. I support people. And when people's subscription runs, I make a monthly income. I make income when people purchase from me, retail. I don't do that much, honestly. It is a network marketing business. Lifewave isn't really a business that I'm trying to grow a team for. I'm happy to support people with it, but I personally, there's a different business that I'm working to grow a team with. It's the hair care business. And I'm happy to support a team. I'm happy to give people advice. I've done really well with Lifewave, but it's not really something that I'm trying to build a team with. I just literally help people with the products as a consultant, and I support them. So that is one thing that I do. When my YouTube videos, every month from YouTube, I make money for advertisements that run on my videos. So if you're watching my video and you see an ad, if you can let those ads play sometimes, that will be so nice, because that is one way that I am also compensated and that I literally make my income are advertisements. So different companies, and I don't have any say in what company advertises on my YouTube, but when the ads run, that is something that I make money from. As far as different sources of income, Monate is another company that I work with that is clean hair care brand. And I do build a team with Monate, and I also sell the product. So Monate is another business. And I also I probably have 30 different companies that I use all the time. And I have something called an affiliate link. Affiliate links are something where if you decide to buy a product through me, so say the ozone machine that I am using, I make a commission on that product. You don't pay any extra. I make a commission if you choose to use my link. So I would always appreciate it if you're looking for something, even if you're looking for a new product and you don't see it. I don't necessarily list all the products I work with. So you can always say, hey, do you have a link for something that does this? Please let me know. And I'll always, I love to answer those questions, and it really helps my business. Affiliate links are not a huge part of my business because they're usually a one-time thing. So as something like Lifewave is a much better, you can actually build a business with Lifewave, whereas affiliate marketing is nice. It's not the biggest thing, but it's still it's sort of like you get income from a lot of different places. So, and it's funny because, sometimes people, not to me actually, because I'm not I don't come on here to sell, I come on here to share. And there are some really just awesome products that okay, here's for instance, I have an ozone bubbler, and I made a video probably about 2 or 3 months ago, and it's how to wash your produce with ozone. And ozone so first of all, the bubbler is about $100. There's a link to it. The video is still up. Guess what video just took off? And guess why? Because cyclospora, or whatever it's called, is rampant right now. And people are freaking out about the fact that there is a parasite on fruits and vegetables, and they don't really know how to handle it. Ozone. Can I guarantee you that no one's going to get it if they use ozone? No, I totally can't. But what I will tell you is my husband was chopping up lettuce yesterday to make Caesar salad. And I said, Jeff, did you wash it in ozone yet? Because ozone takes off pesticides, kills parasites, takes off fungus. It's literally the best thing to clean fruits and vegetables with, but you do have to open up your window or ventilate. And I was like, Jeff, did you clean that with ozone yet? And he was like, oh no, I just, it's washed already. And I was like, washing it with water doesn't kill that parasite. Let's get the ozone machine out. And he was like, well, I don't want to get the ozone machine out because it's going to maybe it'll make the lettuce limp. First of all, I'm just going to tell you. So we ran it for 15 minutes in cold water with ozone. It did not make the lettuce limp. I did not feel freaked out about having the lettuce. And I told my husband I would much rather have the lettuce potentially be like a little bit not as crispy, but not get a parasite that's on fruits and vegetables that basically can give you the runs, right? Like horrible. I mean, I don't think it's a nice case of it. So anyway, that's an example of what I do. And it's funny because I made that video. Most people won't know about ozone. Most people will be trying to wash this off, and most people will not succeed in cleaning their produce and making it safe. So I just share a lot of things that I have found, especially having Lyme disease. You have to find things that work really well, because what people don't know is this isn't the first time that anybody could get a parasite from fruits and vegetables. Like, it's just something that can happen. So I'm always extra careful, because guess what? I don't want that. So that is basically what I do. And I am very fortunate that I mean, it's the way I've set up my business, but I get to do my business out of my home. I don't do a lot of business. So there are people that do marketing, multi-level marketing, network marketing, and they're always doing it. They're doing it when they're out, they're doing it with people, they're like, they see their best friend and they spring it on them at dinner. My thing is, why not just share something and tell people about something? And if they want it, they'll come to you. It's really that simple. I think the only thing that's hard about sharing it on YouTube is that a lot of people don't realize that there's a benefit to coming to a person that actually knows about it, that can help them with long-term support instead of just going to the company. So for instance, the gentleman that signed up with me that unfortunately didn't understand that he wasn't getting patches had first called the company, and the company said that the cheapest way was just to sign up as a preferred customer. But that's not really the cheapest way. I can get the patches for someone. The patches are $100 a month. That way I can get the patches for someone for $85. So how is 100 cheaper than 85? It's not. So they actually weren't even getting the right information. I think they were giving them the cheapest way to sign up, being a regular customer, but you can get a distributor account and I would rather save, if you save, let's say you're saving $15 a month over 12 months, and then you buy a few other things, it all adds up. So anyway, that's what I do for my business, and that's what I do for my clients. And I really enjoy it. I just hear from people all the time. And especially I love my little private Facebook community, where people that have bought Lifewave patches from me come into the community, and it just winds up being really special people. So I just wanted to talk about what I do today, because I haven't been talking about it enough. I know that with losing Lola and having Alfie sick, I've been really concentrating on those things, and I haven't had as much time or bandwidth to do my business. And anyway, I'm just getting back into doing business, and also finding it to be I enjoy it. I love talking to people and making a difference. It's what I did as a hairstylist, just in a different capacity. And I just love to do it. When I started with Lifewave, which was probably about 2.5 years ago, I never thought that I was going to be in the phototherapy business. So it was just, for me, I remember I was desperate. I felt terrible. I wanted a solution. And a girlfriend of mine that's a doctor told me about the patches, and she was using them. And I always trust anything she says. So I got the patches and started using them. And I remember I was like, oh, I can share these if I want to. And I thought, well, maybe I'll share them with a few people, and maybe I'll share them with a few people, and I'll be able to pay for my patches, which is definitely something that I did. And now it's funny, because now this month I've been really I'm always focused on my business, but I've been working extra hard because, as some of you know, my one of my dogs passed away, and so I wasn't expecting to get another puppy. That was definitely not anything that I was thinking about, but I did decide to get another puppy because the person that I had gotten my other dogs from happened to have an available puppy, and I didn't want to wait, because it would have been another 8 months, and that was just maybe, it could have been another year. So I decided to do it. So I've been working extra hard. It sounds so funny, but to basically pay for my puppy, because it is expensive to one, to pay for all the medical care that I've just done, and then two, to get another puppy. So probably, it doesn't, I don't want to say it sounds irresponsible, but it wasn't exactly what I was planning. I like to plan things more in advance and know, and even for puppies, usually I would probably be planning 6 months out. But sometimes that's just the way life is. And I do feel fortunate that I have a business where I can just work extra hard and make things happen. And by the way, I'm not making any income claims, because there's lots of people that, they may not be, they just might not be in that mindset. Like for me, if this was an in-person business, it would be a lot harder because I have a lot of health things going on. But because I can work from my phone, I can work from my apartment, from the swimming pool, it just makes it a lot easier. I really don't do my business in person for the most part. It's all online, and I love it. It's great. I still have plenty of friends that I see in person, but everything is done online. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask me. But just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about my week, which was overall nice, other than Alfie getting really sick. And then in just quick other updates, my little dog Alfie, I was on yesterday talking about him because he has been dealing with health problems ever since Lola passed away, and just wanted to say he's having a better day today. I'm cautiously optimistic because he has definitely gone up and down. So my guard is obviously still up. I'm still watching him, but he did get pain medicine yesterday. He did sleep super well. His breathing seems a little bit better. And this morning, he did not wake up with a hacking cough. So right now he's resting. He seems to be doing really well. And I'm just hoping that he's going to continue to get better and better. So just wanted to let you know that so far, so good with Alfie, but I'm not letting my guard down just because he has seemed better and then he's started to cough again. So still not 100% certain that he's better, but he's I think he's like 3 days into his antifungal and antibiotic treatment, his second course of antibiotics. So fingers crossed that he gets so much better. So thanks so much for watching. And if you haven't signed up for Lifewave and you want to work with somebody that is, for one, available for you to text, has a private Facebook group, has extensive knowledge, because I worked with Lifewave with Lifewave for over 2.5 years, and you really want someone that's going to give you the real deal and not overpromise, that's me. So I really would love it if you're looking for someone to work with. Please do consider contacting me. My email is in the description. A lot of people are like, oh, I just went and signed up with Lifewave. I just want you to know it makes a huge difference for me if you are going to be signing up. Obviously, if one of your friends told you, if that's your person to sign up with that person. But if you're thinking of signing up with the company, I will just say you're going to get more when you sign up with me. You're going to get personal service. I'm going to tell you the things that I think are best just for you. And you're not going to have to figure it out on your own, because that's something that I take a lot of pride in. And I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm actually really good at what I do. And I do it with a service heart because I genuinely love helping people, and I genuinely love making a difference in people's lives. So anyway, if you would like to try Lifewave and you are new to Lifewave, please feel free to email me. And if you do email me, please do answer me when you email me. I do get like a lot of emails where I answer and people don't always answer. Just if you change your mind when the email goes out, just be like, oh, I changed my mind. I don't want it. I always love just like any answer if you've already emailed me. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope everybody has a beautiful, beautiful day. And it was nice to chat with everybody. Stay healthy and stay beautiful. And I'll see you soon.